I mean, okay, they are going to ban the Batrider, yeah, and I think they should.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see another Oracle pick, first pick right here for FlyToMoon. Or
It's
either of
been
these team,
Venge.
honestly.
Yeah, it's been Venge and Oracle so far, and I really like when they play this Oracle. I think it works really well with how they like to play. So
Yeah.
Venge kind of opens up different avenues because they're like obviously very different heroes, but you know, I like the Oracle more. They could just go somewhere something completely different as well, because like we said, Tiny's still in the pool, and this happened last time, and I think Tiny got completely ignored last game, which is interesting. So FlyToMoon might feel like they want to just take the Tiny for themselves instead, because they've had first pick every single game so far.
I'm kind of trying to figure out what their thought process is, and they go Doom first pick. So
Okay.
highly valuing that Doom. And I mean, it did really well for Iceberg. It's a hero that doesn't necessarily need to be played by Iceberg. Could still be a general hero here. And I'm a big fan of that. I'm always a big fan of the versatility picks. We see a lot of those. Like I think Void Spirit kind of falls under that category. Clockwork falls under that category. Nature's Prophet falls under that category.
Yeah.
Bad.
Okay. So the thing for me is everyone else has been banning a Doom against FlyToMoon from what I can remember in recent times. So it's interesting that Ninjas they don't mind them having the Doom. Like, obviously, you knew that was going to be a potential pick. Like they know that FlyToMoon like to play this hero, but they don't want to play against the Batrider. They don't want to against the Phoenix. I get that, and so they go for the Venge themselves this time. I'm pretty sure these guys have played it as a core before as well, Venge. So they do still have flexibility, but I expect it to be Misha's hero still. But again, I already look at this and I'm thinking, like, do they want to go down the DOTA route like Viking did before? Or how do they want to approach this?
Against Doom, is that worth it?
I don't mind it against Doom.
Yeah.
I think it's okay. Because you still have to save with the swap at all times in the game, right? So it's kind of like disengage in a sense.
Yeah. I guess it's just a sense of what you're going to ban to protect that Medusa come that second phase. And really what we see here from FlyToMoon, I wonder if they're going to try and take a support here, if they're going to go for something else. I know Rubik's been pretty popular. Undying comes out, and that is a support that we haven't seen much of. And immediately for Ninjas of Pajamas afterwards, they go Arc Warden.
So I was going to say that FlyToMoon might decide to take the Ench for themselves this time, but they actually go Undying instead. Wow. Which is really interesting. I'm not sure why they value this pick quite as highly as they did, but some teams have, like Alliance for a while were just first picking Undying whenever it was available, and people were banning it against them. So obviously this hero is good in its own right, but I just thought they would have preferred other things. That's all. Obviously Venge Arc Warden, though, very good hero. We've seen this Arc Warden once already today. It didn't win, and FlyToMoon played it in game 1, but not to say it can't win this game. Arc Warden's one of those heroes that it can be really difficult for the Doom to find and try and get him, taken out of the fight with this Doom.
Yeah. So I guess the question becomes, can you get enough farm? Can you get enough space from the Doom? Where are we seeing this Doom up against an Arc Warden? Are you putting him in a position 2 situation? Or are you looking to get him to lane against this Arc Warden with a 3 spot?
I mean, Doom against Arc Warden in lane isn't great. It's okay, but I mean, they both just farm, right? Like you have Devour. Arc Warden just farms anyway. You can't really stop him from farming. So, this is what I mean. Interesting. I think we've seen Bloodseeker's second phase banned every single game in this series.
Game, yeah.
So, like, these teams respect how strong it is, but they don't want to put it into the first phase of their draft, which surprises me because I thought they might have wanted to have potentially just slotted it in.
Like, I think you get away with picking up a Bloodseeker in the second pick for Ninjas of Pajamas and then going to the Arc Warden afterwards. It's a thing that we've seen banned like once in the second phase, but I think if you wanted to go to the Bloodseeker, you could. Even with that Undying pick, I think you could go to the Bloodseeker before you go Undying.
Yeah, I think you could. So my question, so the Underlord's banned, which I really like. My question is, do they have another way of being able to get out of the Doom? Have they got another way of disengaging? Obviously, they've got Swap, which is okay. Like Magnetic Fields is like a pseudo save. Not really, but it's okay. I feel like they need some wave clear on ninjas now to keep the game extended, to try and allow this Arc Warden to keep, get time to farm and come online.
Mm-hmm.
So, something like Rubik is still in the pool if either team wants to go for it. Ember's still in the pool, potentially, which I think could be good for either team here as well.
Yeah, the mobility as well as the control from that hero seems very solid for both these teams. Follow up to an Inferno Blade, side of Fist Searing Chains, you stay on them with the Scorched Earth. Or, the other way, Ninjas of Pajamas, side of Fist, Searing Chains, Magic Missile, Constant Control.
Look at the split push and wave clear potential of the heroes they've banned out on FlyToMoon in the second phase as well. Prophet, Bloodseeker, Underlord. And they've protected their Arc Warden pick really well, though, on Nip with the Spectre AMPL bans. All these carry heroes that have the gap closed to get on top of the Arc, which I really like. I like the Nature's Prophet ban, especially. Yeah. I was going to say, I like the Nature's Prophet ban especially as well. We saw Supreme play that yesterday, and he played it fantastically well up against Viking. So, if you want to extend the game, that would have definitely been the way to go.
Yeah, that wave clear is something that we saw a lot from Viking GG, but obviously they got eliminated in the last series. That they will love that wave clear. So if you're getting rid of a lot of wave clear in this, what are you looking towards?
Okay, they do go for the Rubik. Sorry, repeat that question again. I was looking at heroes.
It's fine. If you're, getting rid of a lot of wave clear, what are you, looking towards picking up yourself?
I mean, it's just because they know that they're going to want to extend the game to give the Arc time to farm on Nip, I think, as well. So, I'm trying to think of, heroes they would want to play here, especially against the Arc. It feels like they need a hero that they can, rely on. I think something like Faceless Void still being in the pool is potential, even against Venge. I don't think is awful. Because Void gives you that opportunity to get onto the Arc still, right, with the jump. So,
back to the Roger Windrunner. I mean, it doesn't necessarily need to be Roger, but I'm going to assume, based on what we saw in the last game so far, it is.
Well, it still gives them the flexibility. I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
So, if you're ninjas now, I'm trying to think what Saberlight would play here. And we talked about Centaur last game as being another potential hero to get out of the Doom time. You need a hero that can lane up against Undying, though, as well, is the problem. So, I'm really struggling to think.
Could
Slardar, maybe, but it doesn't really work with their lineup.
What, the Sword Art for Ninjas of Pajamas?
Yeah.
Ooh, is that the 3 Elder Titan?
I think it's more likely to be 3 Venge, and this is something we talked about. They can play that Venge core, but it could be 3 ET as well. I think that would be equally as fine, because it's a hero that when Undying wants to be able to hit the offlaner constantly, right, and be able to trade hits with. When ET has that spirit buff on into him, I don't think Undying can trade hits. He has to be careful. So. Yeah, I like this pick, and I've been waiting for this pick to come all tournament. To be honest, yeah. I like watching ET, and I think he's a really strong hero right now. So,
I think it works really well with this lineup. It makes me think that maybe they go Magnus mid for Ninjas of Pajamas. Would that make sense?
I like this hero. I think this is really good. Look at FlyToMoon's just potential to fight early on. It looks crazy at the moment.
That doesn't even need to be a mid Void Spirit. This lineup is so open. We've seen 4 Void Spirit. We've seen 3 Void Spirit even.
Oh, Jen was played Void Spirit this tournament. So.
Yeah. So it can be 2, 3, 4. It could be 2, 4 for the Windrunner. It could be 2, 3, 4 for the Doom. Everything is open to whatever FlyToMoon really want. And we'll see come this last pick. They don't have the last pick of the draft, but they'll see these bans.
I think they're still lacking a little bit. I think they're still lacking a little bit of damage in their lineup on FlyToMoon, which is a bit of a problem. I love that CK ban. I think that's really strong. Something we've started to see more of in pubs recently, especially as well.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, I'd love to see Ricky for FlyToMoon. I think it could be hilarious.
Ricky.
It's really good at getting on top of the
Wow.
Arc Warden as well.
Talk about a hero I haven't seen or heard of in a long time. Get it? See?
I don't know how good it is, but yeah. Yeah, don't ask me how good it is. I'd like to see it.
You got to see that Jinkyu 4 position Ricky.
A Razor ban. Wow.
Wow. So, ooh, are they? Could they throw? No, never mind.
I think they might be looking to potentially pick Sven last as well
Yeah.
on their lineup. Because that's another hero that gets on top of the Arc with the Axe upgrade, right?
What if you went
Like PA maybe?
TA for Ninjas of Pajamas? Would that work?
It's okay. I think they're gonna pick Sven.
For FlyToMoon?
Yeah, I think they need some big damage dealer right now, which is why you see the CK and the Alex band. They need, like, we were talking last time about how they need like something their draft needs to work around now. They're missing like the big piece of the puzzle.
Ooh, okay.
Oh wow, Morphling's
So-
still in. I mean, this hero got banned out against them both games.
Morphling Windrunner combo.
I completely forgot that. Yeah, this is still in.
But the question is, now what do Ninjas of Pajamas go for now that they're up against this Morphling? And they go Ancient Apparition.
Yeah, it's going to be Venge Core. Venge GT, both cores, probably.
Whoa.
The reason I don't know about this Morphling pick, though, is because they're playing it not just into AA, but there's ET as well, remember? So, this ET with the Natural Order is obviously very good at just reducing the Morphling's like armor to nothing, right? The base armor, at least. So, yeah, I didn't think it was an amazing Morphling game, but yeah, now with this AA coming through, I don't know how much I like Nip's draft, but yeah.
Offlane Elder Titan mid Venge?
No, it's mid-arc Warden, and they're going to put the Venge as the one.
Oh, yeah, okay.
At least that's what
if they
I
were
think.
going to swap the lanes.
I think this Arc Warden's just going to get run out, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if this Arc doesn't have a good game, where does their damage come from on Nip? Especially at, like, that 20-minute mark. Like, they don't have spells to use, really. Or if you look at FlyToMoon's lineup, they have, like, Doom, Scorched Earth, there's all the Undying spells, Power Shot, Shackle Shot. Like, if I just see everyone throwing spells at each other, I don't know how FlyToMoon lose a fight. Which I know is a really basic, stupid way to look at it. But I think if their lanes go badly at all on Nip, I think their game's going to be incredibly hard. They have to be playing from in front. But then they get to this timing in the ultra late game where Arc Warden's going to be really strong. So
That's if they get there, though.
yeah.
I mean, that is, I feel like, very difficult for them.
Yeah.
Are they going to be able to deal with Iceberg, too? Like, I mean, how do you slow down Iceberg's farm progression?
I don't know. Great question. I just think both their cores are so slow into the game, the Venge and the Arc Warden. Like, Venge needs, like, to get these stat items online so the heroes actually becomes, like, a decent right-clicker, right? And Arc Warden needs so much time. We've seen that today already. And so can Saberlight just, like... And then, like, when Elder Titan and Venge group up, where's their damage coming from still?
Elder Titan.
Do you see my problem?
Of course.
You know?
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting game from Ninjas of Pajamas. Like you said, I don't really hate the lineup. I just don't...
I'd love to be wrong, you know?
Yeah.
I'd love to see how this works. I think potentially putting Saberlight top by himself. You know, maybe they run an aggro try into the Morphling. But then you're laning into Undying, so...
Ooh, early smoke. Is that going to turn in anything? And they've got Magic Missile. They'll have Telekinesis and Chilling Touch. Unless they want to go Fable level 1, which I have no problem with on this Rubik.
Yeah, no. I think you take Cold Feet on the AA rather than Chilling Touch, and you cast it and then cast the Venge Stun. And I think they finally kill then.
Ooh.
Oh, they're going to just miss the Doom.
Just miss Iceberg, yeah.
And then he puts a ward down, which they didn't spot either. Oh, that's a real shame for Nip. But
is Charlie spotted here? Yeah. So is Misha. But they spot VTune, and they immediately get spotted coming back.
yeah, I think Morph doesn't know whether he should be running top here or what. They didn't. I don't think they saw the Morph walking back there either, so they might be swapping lanes. Looks like General's probably going to run bot here to lane into the tri lane. Well, no, now Charlie's running top. This ward that Doom put down has actually paid off so much. Because now nobody knows where they want to lane, right? Now Charlie's going to run back bot again. So now Morph's going to be like, oh, because they saw the Morph under their ward that they put down. So this win range is going to have to come down to the bot lane. And then ET should win in a 1v1 against the Void Spirit, theoretically. I like this laning setup from Nip. This is cool. Like, how does Undying zone 3 range heroes?
I don't know if he really can. And it was Chilling Touch level 1, Fable level 1 with the Magic Missile. But level 2 feels like this could be really strong for Ninjas in Pajamas, but obviously they're tri-laning, so it might take some time.
Mm-hmm. And the other thing is, none of these heroes in the bot lane are strength heroes for Ninjas. So when this decay comes through, they don't lose any of their damage.
Mm-hmm. And then
Blightstone on the AA. Jesus.
Yeah, how's Misha? Like, is he just getting Blightstone casually? Like, what's the build here for Misha? I mean, Spirit Vessel is the thought, right?
I mean, he could go Medallion as well, potentially. It's an option for him. Yeah, the casual Blightstone in lane is really good in tri-lanes. So, because you have 3 heroes clicking, right?
Mm-hmm. Try. Who do you think comes out ahead on this one now?
Oh, 100% Nip. Like, yes, they have the Undying, which is a big problem, but they need to be able to click them still. Oh, here we go, though.
Shaco connects. And Misha will end up dead to the Soul Rip. He hit that level 2 first.
Like, obviously Undying's really strong in tri-lanes. I just feel like the only way they die here is if they get, like, caught out of position slightly, which is exactly what happens with Misha there. So, yeah, well played by FlyToMoon to get themselves into the game.
Yeah, being in between those trees with the Windrunner nearby is certainly a risky strategy. They've got this ward down, they'll spot this pull. And now the decay comes out on it too. All of a sudden, he's just got 16 stolen strength.
See up in this top lane as well. Sablight's now hit the point where he's 2 points in Astral Spirit. He's so strong. Like, it's really difficult to lane against him now for General. So we might see at some point General start skipping waves, I think.
Interesting sweep. Undying taking a lot of damage here over bottom as well. Always want to fly. I mean, he's been doing a good job thus far, and he'll salve up. So
I'm really surprised he hasn't. Yeah.
Charlie, again. They're just getting caught by these trees, and Charlie, he's gonna get low. VTune goes in. They can't get the power shot to land, and Roger gets that kill. Can they at least get Always Want to Fly? The decay, the right clicks, and the Fable finally follow up. And Era gets credit for that one, but they lose the Venge.
That's an insanely good death for the Undying, though. Like, he even forces out the Fade bot from Rubik at the end. He has 14 1 charges, which is great for Rubik, but like, you're now going to come back to the lane with full mana, full HP, right? Which is exactly what you want.
Oh, Shackle again. And it's just these trees that
they're
sticking real close to, but all of a sudden, VTune telekinesis, he's going to freeze over. Misha gets the kill, they look over at Roger. They get baited in a little bit too far, and all of a sudden, they lose the Morphling, so 1 and 1.
Yeah, just, I mean, be patient. Wait for the Undying, right? He's just about to TP back into the lane again, so there's no need to make that play there without him. That's just a little bit too greedy. I will say that Iceberg's winning mid again. You know, same as last game in these early stages. He's having a really good time.
I feel like I'm not too surprised by that.
No.
They also now send V-Tune up top.
I mean, this isn't good though, right? Because now, I mean, Saberlight's about to hit level 5. So surely he's still just fine in this matchup. I mean, I don't know, but... he's going to come top as well, though.
Extra 82 damage, so hitting for 148. Casually at 4.5 minutes into the game. It's still a tri-lane, though, bottom. Like, does this mean that Charlie's getting a bit more of an open lane, or can Void Spirit do more up against this vent?
I think this is the laning setup they would have liked on FlyToMoon, where it is at the moment. So I think the morphing should, when he gets to like level 4, so he gets a second point of waveform especially, it should be fine. But look at this damage from the ET. I mean, Vishu's just getting like
so
3
much
hit.
damage. Look at this. He's almost hitting. He's hitting for over 200, but he'll end up dead. I think maybe they get that +1 from Arrow a little bit quicker, and he might be able to get a kill. There was never a chance for the ET to do anything. Like, yeah, he's hitting hard and he's doing a lot of damage, but still don't get the kill. That's not worth it.
Saberlight not respecting the TP potential there. And now General gets a 1v1 against Avenge, which is great for him as well. General will be really happy with this.
And what they want to do is clean up this stack so the Elder Titan's not as strong in lane. Can they get this stacked one more time? Ooh, no. Close though. But yeah, get extra 323 damage. Oh my god.
Generation.
Yeah, Vishu just TP's bot again. They want to kill Charlie here, but they missed the Aether Remnant.
Wow. I mean, that is just some early damage. And if they could capitalize on it for Saberlight, that would have been great, but unfortunately, you know, he really didn't.
So where's...
Look over bottom.
I really want to kill bottom Misha.
Magic Missile out on a V-Tune.
Oh, they...
Charlie now, he walked back into that, gets hit by the Aether Remnant. He'll die, so will Misha.
Wow.
Double kill there for General, and that goes horribly for Ninjas Pajamas. Only they need a good early start to this.
Top lane as well, though. This ED just starts smacking behind the tower. Void Spirit's hit level 6 here, though, which is a big deal. So if Saberlight oversteps the mark here, like, he has to be a little bit careful. But, I mean, look at the CS chart. Like, look where Iceberg is.
This one was not.
He's so far ahead of everybody because there's been so many like lane shenanigans and like things going on. He's just devouring creeps. And I try to think, like, I'm not even going to look at the net worth chart, but I bet he's massively far ahead. UK net worth lead already for FlyToMoon.
It's bad, yeah. And we talked about Ninjas in Pajamas had to be playing from ahead, right?
Yes, I think they do, yeah. And the other thing as well, like, I understand this AA pick's really good against Morph. Where's the setup? Because normally when you see these AA picks, it's really early on in the draft, and then you see it with either like a Void or a Legion or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, like any kind of like setup for the Ice Blast. But they just don't really have it this game. There's like Echo Stomp, which is okay, and like Lift is okay. Bench Stun, I guess. It's not the same level of like control though.
I guess Sweep.
Yeah, like Echo Stomp's okay, but it's not reliable.
Sweep on a General, but he'll just Astral Step away. And now the Shackle with the Aether Remnant. Era gets power shot down, and it's 6-2. They are running all over Ninjas in Pajamas at the moment.
And he bottles up the Bounty Rune as well on General, which has been there for 3.5 minutes. So that's nice for him. Oh, who found that brooch? Is that Morphling? Yeah, they're going to send it to the Doom as well. Christ.
Alright, just making sure they pick that up.
Supreme has to be so careful. Like, Doom with a +1, they kill the Arc Warden every time, which is why you see the Wind Ranger coming over mid here now. They want to try and force this lane in and get a kill on Supreme before he gets his Midas.
Radiant are scanning.
He's very close, and now he's showing himself. So look at this. Just Scorched Earth. They're going to move forward. They got the kill on a Saberlight, but they have the Shackle. Tombstone comes down. They've used the Doom. Everybody rotating in to try and get the save on the
Tombstone though as well.
I'm not certain they can, and it doesn't look like they will. They'll look for the deny, and they'll get it. They've got the swap on Always Wanna Fly, but he decays, stays alive. Misha goes down. Era and Charlie now on the run. They made the rotations in, and they're in so much trouble. Charlie Magic Missile, does he have the right click damage? No, there's a Soul Rip to keep this Undying alive even longer.
General solo killed Saber like top at the same time.
Bottom tower is under attack.
What?
Oh, Era's been spotted. Slowed up. Iceberg. He's got himself that Purge spell ready to go. He looks over at Era. One more shot needed. And with the Scorched Earth, he'll burn him out.
I mean, they just team wiped them at 10 minutes into the game. Just Saberlight died top solo to General.
Nature loves me.
Yeah, worth lead at 10 minutes. Just, if you change the net worth as well, yeah, the Doom is... He's, I'd say he's a little bit ahead.
Oh, he could be more ahead. Come on. Double Astral Step, Ice Blast. General with the solo kill on Amisha, ever since hitting this 6, has been very active. And they're going to look for Supreme again. And they don't have Doom, but they can continue to put the pressure on. At least grab this tier 1.
It's not about killing Supreme, they want to pressure the mid tier 1 with the catapult wave from the 10-minute mark.
Yeah.
And you see the next wave coming in now, so this catapult's going to be fine.
Tombstone down.
Supreme.
This Aether Remnant, now the swap. Supreme in trouble. They've got the right click damage to get the kill. They look over at Charlie, who really doesn't have much of anything. He'll try to swap in once again. They get the kill on Iceberg.
That's 288. Oh, get him.
Slamming, Ice Blast, leading just the wrong direction.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Oh. They keep their mid tier 1 alive, but they have to bring everybody over. So it's okay for Nip, but again, they're so far behind. He's got his Midas though on Arc, which at least is something. So they can try and farm their way back into the game a little bit. But yeah, this tier 1 mid now really low. Is in deny range, but they want to keep it alive as long as possible. Has he got a Javelin on Wind Ranger? There's something coming. Yeah, he does. Right, okay.
Jeez, quick javelin.
You really want the MKB against the Arc Warden, obviously, because of the magnetic field, so I get that. We saw that from in the other game as well.
Yeah, it's just fast. You got the Arc Warden. I don't. If you fall behind like 10k at 15 minutes, you just call it, or do you have that ability to come back into the game?
It's going to be difficult to see, but with the Midas, yeah, potentially, maybe, I think. The problem is, like, again, it's this Misha AA, right? They're like, well, I have Ice Blast, what can I do with it? And then he looks around and he's like, what can I do?
Oh, Saberlight. They actually might want to go in on an Iceberg. They're thinking about throwing this stomp, but it doesn't land. They've got the Shackle. Doesn't connect on anything.
Harm unseen.
Extra 223 damage from that Spirit thrown out.
But now, because they're focused so around on, like, defending their mid tower, now Vichu's able to find some farm up in the top lane as well, which is really nice for him. They can look to potentially just try and push this top tier 1 because they saw ETTP mid.
You expected that.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Ancient Apparition, not much to his name, 1200 gold. Elder Titan, it just doesn't feel like they really have much. They're gonna look mid, they'll throw the Tempest double out. Roger taking a lot of damage. They'll also end up stealing Wind Run, but ooh, always want to flop.
I mean, the Doom's about to get BKB soon. That's the big problem, right?
Wow. I mean, that's so early.
Same as last game. When Doom gets BKB, it's the strongest hero on the map.
Yeah.
And I don't look at their lineup. How do they deal with a Doom running at them with BKB?
Oh gosh, General. Look at where General's placed, just on this perch, waiting for somebody to come over. Look for the sweep. They just can't land it. It's a long pullback on that sweep. Double damage down in the top lane. They'll steal Purge. Okay.
That's not great though.
VTune going for that Yasha.
They have kind of like half stemmed the bleeding though, I would say, on Nip. Like it was getting a little bit out of control, but they're kind of keeping it a little bit level for now.
Is that due to the, what Ninjas of Pajamas have done, or is that due to the fact that FlyToMoon, Olano is on a fly, he'll die mid.
Middle tower is under
These Spark
attack.
Wraiths doing so much damage from Supreme. Moves forward to get that Midas on the range creep with this Tempest double before it goes down. Is that
I
due to
think Nip
Ninja Pajamas player or FlyToMoon's passiveness?
I think Nip have played it right though by defending their mid tier 1 so like
Shackle
aggressively.
bottom.
Oh,
Out
Misha.
onto the Ancient Apparition, Roger.
Dire's bottom tower
He'll
is
get
under
credit for that
attack.
kill. He's there with General. And it's just extending the lead. 7k now.
Do you know what I've never understood? When you steal Devour on Rubik and you eat a creep, you don't get the stolen ability.
They have to add buttons.
Very
Dire's
sad.
bottom tower is under attack.
Safe like going for. He's gone drums. He's going Ags next, right? Okay. It's the standard offlane ET build. Sometimes you see them go for like another cheap item before the Ags, but yeah, be really good this game. Now that the Doom has
He has the BKB, right? Yeah.
Yeah, now that the Doom has BKB, I want to see them play around this Doom more on FlyToMoon. Yes, they are building their leader Morph's getting farm at the moment, which is obviously what they want to do. Like, VTune needs that space that we were talking about, but... No.
Fro's on a fly again. Drops the tombstone, soul rips, dooms this Arc
Dire's
Warden.
middle tower is
And he's
under
popped the
Stole
BKB. Right click damage stolen.
Dire's
Doom
middle
placed
tower
on
has fallen.
Iceberg. And wait for him in. That finishes off Supreme. And it doesn't look like this Doom is going to
I
kill
gotta get him.
Iceberg. But Saberlight moving forward with an extra 238 damage.
Oh.
Can't catch up. While Venge is going down again. Charlie. He is dead once more. They got the sleep on a general. He's woken up. Cold Feet not doing it. Astral Step right across. Shackle doesn't latch to anything. They'll look for the kill on Era. Power Shot comes in. General ends up dead to Misha,
Dire's
though.
bottom tower
However,
has
all of a
fallen.
sudden, I mean, with those kills, it's a 9k lead for FlyToMoon.
Did you see that from Era on the Rubik? I don't know if you caught it. He stole the morph and he accidentally started morphing full agi. And he got to like 1 HP and then quickly realised what he'd done and changed it back the other way. If he'd have died there while he was full agi, it would have been awful. Because when you respawn, you have that full agi again.
Oh no!
Which it would have been an absolute disaster, but
I
he does
think his
manage to
game might have
recover
been
it.
over.
Yeah,
right?
Until he steals morph again. Yeah, it's really hard to do anything. I've done that in a pub before. It's actually the worst thing.
God, how much health would he have? I don't even want to know.
It's like nothing.
Well, he's doing it at 460. Thank you for answering that question, Era.
Imagine your Rubik turning up to a fight with 460 HP. It's like, hey guys,
Getting
and the voice
one
switch just
shot.
ults in. Yeah. Oathbow on the Ark's really nice, actually. That's a great item for him. I just think the later and later this game goes, yes, Arc Warden gets stronger, but this Venge and ET are really going to start to fall off.
They haven't gotten anything so far, it feels like. They want to go in. Ice Blast, Telekinesis, and it'll hit. Question
I think
is,
he's dead.
I think he's, yeah, I think it'll shatter him in just a second, right?
Or the BKB stopped a lot of the magic damage coming through. Or
yeah,
last
there it
hit.
is. A last tick, Misha.
Oh.
Never in doubt for Misha.
And that's the 9-second BKB that got used for that as well to try and keep himself alive, remember? So he's very happy with that on the Doom.
Stick around.
Venge. Oh dear.
Bottom lane just getting ripped apart. This is stressful and difficult game for the 2-3 of Ninjas of Pajamas, while Supreme is just like, just buy me more time. I can farm.
This Venge definitely just hiding in the trees.
Do you give the Imp Claw to the Elder Titan because he could get so much damage?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, they have got it coming out. It's a real hard hitter when that first one when you like before you know it's coming, right? Roger really wants to find an opening here in bot lane. But with the supporting cast coming over, they see them under the ward.
Misha just getting lit up. However, Cold Feet, does it proc? No. They have the Ice Blast on this Morphling. Can they catch up to him? They'll look for the sweep with the telekinesis. Era moves in. Earth Splitter comes through, and V2 gets low, but never dies. Saberlight goes down. Era out. Tempest Double trying to output the damage that it can. But they look over at Supreme. They've got themselves the Shackle. They get the swap on a Roger. Misha comes back. They've got another swap. They'll get the kill on a Roger. Always want to fly. He's in the trees. Astral Step. Go on to Supreme. They've got the Aether Remnant. And Supreme, he goes down. Doom out onto the Venge. Not much Charlie can do. Resonant Pulse. Ice Blast coming in. That does hit Iceberg. He'll shatter away. They get a bunch of kills here on the side of FlyToMoon, and V2 never dies.
That's the thing. V2's still alive after that whole fight, and he's probably the most important hero on the map for FlyToMoon just to keep farming. He's going to have that E-Blade relatively soon. Almost has the gold for the Eagle Soul. So.
Era? Although I say uh-oh, Era. I mean uh-oh, General. He's on the run. A couple more shots might be able to grab him. Aether Remnant gets used up by the illusion from the Venge, and they do get the kill on the General. So back and forth we go.
But again, like, look at the gold leads. Like the Venge and the ET, yeah, they're doing okay, but they're not gaining any net worth in the game. Like I feel like ET's been building like Axe for a few minutes now, but has still only achieved the first item, right? He's about to hit the second, which is nice, but like, look at where this Morphling is in terms of net worth now.
Misha playing a really good game on this Ancient Apparition at times. It feels like he's kind of found the ability to go in with this Ice Blast. And that's coordinated with Era.
But that's the thing that Morphling has to be most careful about, right? He kind of, I always feel like Vishen has to wait for the Ice Blast to show in the fight, or like to happen, before he really commits. Because I feel like, yeah, the only way they lose the fight is if they get hit by a really bad Ice Blast. Like, as in bad for FlyToMoon.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They get the bot 2 on though.
I mean, we were seeing the damage output there from the Arc Warden in that last exchange.
What just got MKB?
Wow. He's so farmed. He is very farmed. Stacks at that camp too.
It's all about the Morphling. Good lane.
Misha.
Doom's going to have Shivas really soon. Orph's going to have E-Blade. I think the Radiant are about to hit a massive timing. They've just got MKB as well. Undying's going to get a Sentry Ward. Nice. They're all hitting their timings.
That Sentry Ward timing.
Yeah.
What a timing it is, you know?
Shivas and E-Blade both coming out now.
This is it. Scanning.
I think FlyToMoon should really try and push their advantage now here. Ice Blast top. Oh, it's on an illusion.
Dead though.
You have to go in here. I think if you're general, you just commit. Yeah.
Astral Step, Yules, as well as the Aether Remnant onto Charlie. He'll try and run BKB, swap Misha. He might be the one giving up his life on this.
Supreme's just dead.
Supreme's gone. V2 comes around the back. They get the kill on a Charlie. Now they'll look for the rest. Misha falls. Saberlight and Era, they're running as far as they can. Aether Remnant from Era onto this Iceberg Doom. Telekinesis drops him down. Doesn't hit Iceberg. Sweep misses as well.
Oh god, I forgot about Rubik versus Morph. When Morph turns into Rubik, he gets also the Rubik stolen spell. It's just Morphling turning into Rubik and using Aether Remnant. My brain can't cope. There'll be like 3 lots of Aether Remnants just flying around the fight.
Yeah, and 2 of them look like Rubiks.
Yeah. Right, now they just head into Roche. Did you see how quickly Arc Warden died? The Morphling just went in, E-Blade adaptive striked him, and he was dead. Just straight away. And now that he has the Aegis on the Morphling, he doesn't even have to worry about the Ice Blast as much as he did before. So, yeah.
This will hasten my footfalls.
13k lead here, and oh boy. Telekinesis, General, swap, Charlie going in, Magic Missile, but there's the E-Blade. They don't get the kill into the Rubik, they'll look for the sweep, but that misses. Adaptive Strike gets thrown, they'll also get the Earth Splitter
Shackle.
down. Shackle onto both the Venge as well as the Elder Titan. The Ice Blast is way short.
Beamed in trouble as well.
If they catch it Supreme again, this is going to be a massive damage to Ninjas in Pajamas, and they're just going to lose him. He's dead for
Amisha.
53 seconds.
Yeah. Every arc death is like a massive slap round the face to Nip at the moment, unfortunately. So, in fact, the ET and the Venge they really don't care about right now. But Ark's the only hero that could potentially save this game for Nip. So, yeah, every time he dies, it's a disaster. We're having it.
Bounty.
Iceberg Shivas, BKB. That's down to 5 seconds already, but like we talked about with the Doom in the last game, 5 seconds is more than enough for a Doom.
Dire's bottom tower is
Bot
under
lane.
attack.
They're just going in. I mean, they catch Charlie every single time. Every single time. I don't know
dear.
what you do if you're Ninjas in Pajamas. You're so far behind, and I don't think an Arc Warden
Dire's
is going to be
structures
enough.
Are fortified.
I say that, but no lead is safe. First day, we saw a 20k lead dissipate very
Radiant's
quickly.
middle tower is under attack.
I'm not gonna stay in anybody's way and say it can't happen again. Ags picked up for General.
Radiant's top
Morphling.
tower is under attack.
Yeah, this is
About has
I mean,
the Satanic.
this Void Spirit Axe could be like the final nail in the coffin almost for Nip. It's so good against like all these squishy heroes in the backlines.
Dire's
Like if they can
bottom
kill
tower
Saber
is
like
under
before he
attack.
gets a spirit off, for example, as well, right? He's
Dire's
about to finish the
bottom
axe here, which is
tower
nice,
has
but they see him.
Radiant's
Astral
top
Step,
tower is under
Saberlight,
attack. Radiant's top
spot
tower
out.
has fallen.
They've got the Yules, they'll have the Aether Remnant, Iceberg here, Infernal Blade, and the Adaptive Strike E-Blade shot coming in from V-Tune to kill off Saberlight for the 4th time.
I mean, the big thing for
Radiant's
Saberlight
top
there is that he
tower
does
is under
manage to buy out
Buy
before he
out.
dies, so he has the axe, right? Which is nice. But General just looking for more here.
Now we're looking bottom as well. Telekinesis uses that Yules under a Spark Wraith now. And General taking a lot of
Doom
damage.
on the
They've
side.
used the
Is under
Doom.
attack.
And all of a sudden, Charlie will get run down. Power Shot hits as well as the Infernal Blade. But there's the Adaptive Strike coming in from V-Tune. They never got the kill into General. They found themselves the Telekinesis out onto Misha. They take out this Ancient Apparition. They look over at
God.
Supreme. They force him back behind his tier 4s. Tempest double cleaned up
Radiant's
very
courier has been
easily.
killed.
The shackle shot stolen on the Rubik, which is nice, but
Radiant's courier has been killed.
it's just not going to do anything in its own right.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
The only good thing there for Nip is that Supreme managed to get out before he died to the MKB focus fire from the Wind Ranger. And they are going to have to back up here on FlyToMoon. So maybe getting at least a tiny moment's breath.
Radiant's
for a
top tower
split
is
second.
under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They're going to lose this tier 2 though.
Oh my god. That's a pretty good Wind Ranger item.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
It just means you can open up with focus fire before you shackle. And it just instantly silences them, and then the shackle comes and follows through.
And the BKB pretty close too. For the Windrunner.
The Mithril Hammer died on the courier, which is unfortunate. But
Yeah. I get the gold and the courier at the same time. Not a big deal.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Tempest double spotted again. Got a double damage on General. Aegis still on the Morphling for a couple seconds more.
does Morphling take... Oh no, he's got Nether Shawl. Right, okay. Fair enough. It's pretty good. The question for me is... Oh, Misha. Oh no.
Misha just can't catch a break.
He walked up to D-Ward and then he
They're
accidentally
gonna
walked
fight
into
though
the Aether.
still. They'll find Iceberg.
Oh, okay. He didn't get his BKB off.
But waveform forward, adaptive strike with the E-Blade. They get the kill on a Saberlight. They look over at Charlie. The right click's coming in from the illusions of V2, and they've slowed him up with the Flux, but still moving forward is General. Stolen Shackle. That shackles up General forever. And that's only a level 2 into the Arcane Supremacy.
But where's their damage? They don't need control. I mean, I didn't see how they killed Iceberg, but... Yeah. I feel like if Iceberg ever pops Beekeeper, he shouldn't be dying, so... They must have just caught him with a lift or something into a stun and follow up.
Outpost picked up right before the 30-minute mark.
My waters rise.
What's the
Radiant's
XP lead?
top
It's
tower is
like
under
26k
attack.
at the moment.
It's very high. Tempest double once again. TP that bottom. They know that they're there. Expecting almost FlyToMoon to just make a crazy jump in, being up this much. But that's what we saw, and that's what sometimes bites him in the butt. We saw Iceberg do that in the first game. Although at this point, 21k ahead, it's a lot different than when he was going in just with like a 2k lead.
I feel like this is a final hurrah almost. And that, you know, if this goes badly, the game could just, you know, be over so quickly. Because if they get the second Roche then on FlyToMoon as well,
Which it's soon to be up minimum spawn timer.
oh, illusion again,
And now
and here
they might
goes
just
the
lose
wolf.
someone. Yeah, everybody making the rotation over. They've got the Aether Remnant. Misha getting killed off by the Adaptive Strike with the E-Blade once again. They'll look for Era. General, he doesn't have an Astral Step to work with, but he does have an Aether Remnant in just a second. I don't know if they'll even need that. They've got the Silence out on Era. They'll get the kill. V2 with another double kill. He's now sitting 13, 1, and 11. Supreme pretty far forward. They'll look for the sweep, but Supreme's just dead.
He's gonna have to buy back here.
He gets absolutely blown up. 2,034 damage coming in from the Morphling with the E-Blade Adaptive Strike.
Yeah, with the Tombstone down as well, it's really difficult for Nip to find their way into this fight. And Supreme's just gonna get focus fired here. Oh
yeah,
my
he just bought
god.
back. Roger pops the BKB, runs at him, doesn't even care if he dies. The Doom's out into Charlie. They've shackled up the Elder Titan over to the Tempest double. They get the kill into Charlie. They'll Astral Step forward. They've got themselves the Dissimilate, and everybody's dead on the side of Ninjas in Pajamas. FlyToMoon have qualified for the main event off this performance, and this was a slaughtering.
Yeah, this was really, you know, one-sided. I think this was probably the most one-sided draft we've seen today. But even then, I still feel like if the lanes had gone slightly better for Nip, then, you know, potentially they could have done okay. But Iceberg was so farmed in that mid lane. Yeah, something a little bit different from Ninjas, but I think they kind of played themselves with, you know, having to pick this AA last. But when they already have a way of dealing with the Morph and Saberlight, I feel like if you just pick some, like, tempo hero that can, like, fight early on, then your game goes a lot better. But Charlie, on this venture, like, he needs a little bit of time to at least get some items. And it's the same with the Arc Warden as well. Like, Arc Warden can't fight early. Yes, Saberlight can, but he can't do all the damage by himself. So, yeah, really well played by FlyToMoon. I'm glad to see them go through to the main event because I think, you know, they probably have played they have played the best out of all the 4 teams that we've seen so far. And I think their highs have been higher than any other team we've seen in this event, like in these qualifiers so far. So, yeah, nice to see them go through. But, Nip have got another chance.
Yeah.
It's fine. It doesn't matter.
Have a second chance. You can make it through. You're up against 5 men. It's going to be a good series. That series is coming up next. We're not even done with Dota just yet. Like, that one's going to be close, too. Hopefully, Nip, with the time that they're allotted in between these series, can